Hey guys, howdy do. I'm Karen Adamski with ShamaMama.com, and today I would like to just briefly talk about an article that I read the other day that was really interesting. I was kind of having a difficult time thinking about what to blog about. I was really drawing a blank. And then I thought, oh, I should share that article. So I don't have the article in front of me. I'm just going to tell you what I got from it. And I thought it was really interesting. But I was originally looking up information on neuroscience for work that I'm doing. And I came across this article, and it was titled something along the lines of, "Can meditation change your brain?" So of course that caught my attention, and I thought, of course it can. The answer is yes. So, I had to read it, and it was just really, really interesting. And what they were talking about, it really started out with the topic of neuroplasticity, meaning how your brain can change when you do different things. So if you do something day in and day out, or for a period of time every day, your brain kind of gets stronger in that area. And that could be good, that could be bad. So you got to think about what you're doing. But in this, they started out with this example of a study that they did to really track this. And they did a baseline. Let me back up. They took a group of people who did not know how to juggle, meaning, juggle with balls. And they brought them all together, and they taught them how to juggle and worked with them. And while they were doing this, they were doing a brain scan with an MRI, and they were watching the brain function of these people. So they could see them learning this process. But of course, most people can't learn to juggle that quickly. So they took that first study and those first scans as a baseline. And then they told these people, go take your juggling balls and go home for 3 months and practice once every day and come back in 3 months. And so people came back in 3 months, and they did the same thing. And the results were very different due to the neuroplasticity. The brain had really learned what this juggling was all about. And they could see that there was a lot more gray matter evident in that area of the brain. I don't remember which area it was, but meaning that juggling that they hadn't done before, doing that for 3 months every day, really strengthened that part of their brain. So that's great. Then they took it a little bit further, and this is where the meditation comes in. They took groups of people that they demographically matched, and one group of people meditated 30 to 40 minutes every day. They weren't anybody like, they're just normal people like us. Not like, a yogi or a monk or something like that. They're just regular people who have jobs and, the stresses of everyday life. But these people do meditate every day. And then the second group was same thing, demographically matched, but they've never meditated before. So they were scanning the brains of those people, both the meditators and the non-meditators, and we're teaching them how to meditate. And so they could see, based on the MRI scan, that there was already a big difference between the two. And then they had people go practice meditation and come back, and again they saw that change, that there was more gray matter evident in the people who did not used to meditate and were now meditating on a regular basis. So I thought that was really interesting. And the thing that was really cool and hit home with me was the fact that they looked at there was one scan that they were showing of the hippocampus, which is a portion of your brain that's in the front part of your brain. And they were showing how, they were just showing the differences between, the non-meditators and the meditators. But then they were showing how I'm trying to remember the picture exactly. I have it in my head, but basically it was alongside with like people who have post-traumatic stress syndrome and depression, that all takes place in the same area, the hippocampus in your brain. And they were showing that these people benefited from the meditation. So there was a lot more gray matter evident after that, and these people were feeling healthier. So that really hit home with me. And then the other interesting part of it was they were showing a non-meditator, 25-year-old non-meditator, had X amount of gray, say 50% gray matter in that area. And then they had a 65-year-old meditator, and he had the same amount of gray matter in that area. So their outcome was that, as you get older, your body declines and your brain declines. That's why as we get older, it's harder to remember things. But their finding was that through meditation, you can exercise that part of your brain and keep that nice and healthy for a much longer period of time. So just was very, very fascinating. I would love to learn more about it. But the answer is yes, meditation can change your brain. And I know you were probably already thinking that as well, but I don't know, that scientific geeky part of me kind of came out, and I was just really interested in that. So I hope you're meditating, and if you're not meditating, maybe you can have a friend that can help you, or I can help you. Just send a little thing in the comments, and I don't know how I would help teach you meditate, but I will. I just think everybody needs to do it because it's great, and you can strengthen your brain. It's scientifically proven. So that's my talk for today. Hope you're well. Be kind, be happy, and meditate. Namaste. I'll see you tomorrow.